So in the previous video, we derived the formula for velocity in the polar coordinate system. Okay, V is r dot r cap plus r theta dot theta cap, and where r dot is nothing but a convenient notation for derivative with respect to time. In general, if you have any quantity q and you differentiate it with respect to time, then you can call it q dot. If I want to differentiate it twice with respect to time, that is, I want to do d by dt of this q dot, I'll just put two dots, okay, because I'm differentiating q with respect to time twice, so two dots, and it goes on. So that is the notation that we'll be using. Now in this video, I want to show you the formula for acceleration in polar coordinates. So the acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. So how does your velocity vary with respect to time as time passes? How does your velocity change as time passes? Okay, so this is a formula for velocity. Just plug it in and see what happens. So it's d by dt r dot r cap plus r theta dot theta cap, which is d by dt r dot r cap plus d by dt r theta dot theta cap. So we have made no assumptions on any of these quantities. Okay, your radial velocity need not be constant. Okay, it can accelerate outward, radially outward, and your theta dot may not be constant. Okay, so it can go fast, it can rotate faster and faster if you like, and theta cap is also not a constant. Why? As you can see from the formula, it contains theta in it, and theta is also not a constant, depends on time, therefore theta cap depends on time. Okay, and if you just draw the path of a particle, let's say it goes something like this, theta cap in this point is this points in this direction, and theta cap at this point points something like this, and it, or a particle was moving like this, that's how your r cap points, and that is how your theta cap points. So it can change as time passes. Now since all of them are functions of time, we'll be using the chain rule, okay, which is keep the first function constant, differentiate the second, plus differentiation of the first. This is the first term, and we have three functions of theta, of t. So what I'll be doing is I'll be collecting these two, treat it as one function, and then I'll expand it later on. So r d by dt theta dot theta cap, okay, plus theta dot theta cap dr by dt, and as I said, I will expand this later on. So let me just do it right now. So this term will become r theta dot d by dt theta cap plus theta cap d by dt theta dot. Okay, do not forget to multiply r when you are done evaluating theta cap. So we know this one, d by dt of r cap d by dt of r cap, okay, it's theta dot theta cap. So this will be r dot theta cap plus r cap d r dot by dt, dr dot by dt. So like I said, you know, if you differentiate any quantity q dot with respect to t, we write it as q double dot. Nothing new, just a convention of writing stuff. So therefore we can write this as r double dot plus this quantity, and similarly as you have written r dot d by dt of r dot as r double dot, you can write d by dt of theta as theta double dot, and d by dt of r is again, you can write this as r dot. So this is the most we could simplify. What remains is evaluating this quantity, okay, and then we'll just plug it in this expression. So we need to evaluate d by dt of theta cap. Let me do this. So that is what I'm doing, not the entire stuff. So d by dt of minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap, and like I did it in my previous video, theta is also a function of time, so you cannot pull sine theta or cos theta out of the differentiation, okay. So it's minus d sine theta by d theta times d theta by dt I cap plus d cos theta by d theta times d theta by dt j cap, okay. This is minus cos theta, we write d theta as dt as by dt as theta dot I cap plus, sorry, this is minus sine theta, d cos theta by d theta is minus sine theta dot j cap, and we can pull out minus theta dot outside this bracket, outside the brackets. So we'll be left with cos theta I cap plus sine theta j cap, okay, minus outside theta dot, and this is nothing but your unit vector r, okay. This is r cap, this entire stuff. So you can write this as minus, don't forget the minus sign, theta dot r cap, okay. So d theta by dt, d theta cap by dt, this is minus theta dot r cap. So now I'll save this, and let me just erase all of these terms, okay. Let me just replace d theta cap by dt with minus theta dot r cap. What we'll get is r dot theta cap plus r double dot r cap plus r theta dot times this expression will be minus theta dot square. So theta dot times theta dot in r cap plus theta double dot theta cap, okay. This is written as theta double dot bracket close plus this expression plus dr by dt is written as r dot, so r dot theta cap. Now it's just a matter of collecting the terms involving theta cap and r cap together. So let me write down the r cap terms first. This is the terms involving r cap are, let me see, this one, okay, that's all, and the terms involving theta cap are this one, and this one. So r double dot, this is theta r, this will you will open this to get minus r theta dot square r cap, so it will be minus r theta dot square in r cap plus all the terms with theta dot. So you have r theta dot theta cap and r theta dot theta cap. So you get 2r dot theta cap, and one you will get by opening this expression. So you have r theta double dot, this entire stuff in theta cap. So the acceleration of a particle, okay, written in the polar coordinates, so r double dot minus r theta dot square, this is in the r cap direction, plus this is the component in theta cap direction, 2r dot theta dot plus r theta double dot in theta cap direction, and this is the formula for acceleration in polar coordinates. So these two videos might seem a bit abstract to you because we haven't really done a lot of examples, and I'm just dealing with the motion in general. Okay, velocities can change with time, accelerations might change with time. In the next video, I'll be applying the concepts that we have learned, the velocity and the acceleration, to a very important class of motion in physics, that is circular motion, when a particle moves in a circle. So till then, thanks for watching. See you next time.